Outlander fans, something big is happening. In a recent interview, Caitriona Balfe, our female lead, accidentally revealed a detail that caused the fan community to explode. The statement seemed harmless, but when combined with clues from Season 7, it was like an important piece in the picture of Outlander's ending. Did Caitriona really just slip up to reveal the ending? Or is this just a sophisticated strategy to distract the audience? Let's analyze every word, every look, and the hidden meaning behind this shocking statement. Outlander Season 7 ended with a bang, leaving us with more questions than answers. But the biggest, most bizarre question is, how did Fanny know a song that only appeared in the 20th century? Was it just a coincidence? Or was it an important clue hidden in the plot? Before we get into the details, let's rewind a bit. In Season 2, Claire lost her newborn daughter and named her Faith, a loss that haunted her for life. In Season 7, Part 2, William rescued a little girl named Fanny and asked Jamie and Claire to take care of her. When Claire tried to connect with Fanny, she discovered that the baby's mother was also named Faith. A cruel coincidence that brought back some of Claire's most painful memories. But the real shock came at the end of the episode. Before leaving, Claire suddenly hears Fanny humming "I Do Like to Beside the Seaside," a song that was not created until the 20th century. Claire asks in confusion, and Fanny replies, "Mama sang it to me when I was a child." What shocks Claire even more, she sang that song to Faith, her dead child. Questions flood Claire's mind. Is Faith really dead? Is Fanny her granddaughter? Or is there some mystery about the journey through time, about invisible hands arranging everything? Outlander has always been famous for its twists that go beyond logic, but this time the clue may lie in the prequel, Blood of My Blood. The story revolves around Julia and Henry, revealing that Julia was pregnant in the past. And if that baby is a girl named Faith, then the chain of connections begins to clear up. Faith grows up, has daughters, and one of them is Fanny, which makes Fanny Claire's granddaughter. And the song "It Fits," Claire sang it to Faith because her mother sang it to her. And if Faith grew up with the song and passed it on to Fanny, then the circle of fate is perfectly closed. But that's not all. There's more to the mystery. We've always believed that Claire's parents died in a car accident, but new clues suggest that they may have passed through the ancient stones trapped in the past. Imagine Claire never knowing this, while her parents actually lived in the same era as Ellen and Brian Fraser. The thought alone is enough to give viewers goosebumps. And what if Claire's parents are still alive? What if they show up at Fraser's Ridge one day, looking for Fanny, or leaving behind letters written to their daughter in the hopes that she'll read them one day? The mere possibility of that makes our hearts clench. Clearly, Season 8, the final season, will not only be the end of Jamie and Claire's journey, but also the solution to the mysteries surrounding Faith, Fanny, and Claire's parents. Will the story end in tragedy or open up a final miracle? What do you think is the Faith, Fanny circle theory reasonable, or do you have your own hypothesis? Leave a comment below and don't forget to watch the next video to delve deeper into the unsolved mysteries of Outlander. But if we look deeper, we will see that Outlander has never been simply a love story. It is a journey of memories, of connections between generations, and sometimes of family secrets that seem to have been buried forever. So let's try another hypothesis. Fanny is not Claire's biological niece, but carries Faith's memories in a supernatural way. Maybe it is a kind of spiritual legacy, or Faith herself has sent something to Fanny through dreams, through songs, through the already disturbed timeline. If so, then Fanny is not just a child accidentally adopted by Fraser, but a messenger from the past. The factor that will lead Claire to the truth. And here is the scary part: if Claire continues to dig deeper, will she be ready to accept the truth about her parents? Suppose they had to choose to stay in the past. Was it a sacrifice to protect their daughter, or an even darker secret? Outlander always revolves around the question, can we change fate or simply repeat the predetermined cycle? Season 8. As the final season will certainly not hesitate to push Claire into a situation where she has to face her greatest fear, losing everything she once believed to be true. From Faith, to Fanny, to her parents, every seemingly separate piece is gradually closing into a big picture. And I do not rule out the possibility that the writers will play Big Turn Fanny into the final key for Claire to find herself again. If Fanny is really related by blood, then it is an emotional shock. But if Fanny is just a reflection of Faith sent to force Claire to face the pain that has never subsided, then that twist is even more painful. Now imagine this scene from the final season, Claire alone at night holding an old letter from her parents. In shaky handwriting it reads, "My dear daughter, if you're reading this, it means we failed to return, but believe that everything we did was to keep you safe." And then from the darkness, Fanny's childlike voice sings the familiar song, the circle of time closing, but at the same time opening up a larger question: does ending really exist in the world of Outlander? And yet all the theories, all the scattered clues, seem to point to one truth. Outlander has never been a story about loss, but a story about connections that transcend time. Is Fanny really Claire's granddaughter, or just a shadow of Faith returning in another body? Are Claire's parents still alive in the past, or have they just left a faint trace for their daughter to follow? Those questions may be answered in Season 8, or will forever remain a mystery that only echoes in the hearts of viewers. But one thing is certain, the final season will force Claire, and us, to face an inevitable truth: that love memories and songs whispered in the dark are sometimes stronger than time, and can connect souls separated by centuries. The final image that I envision, Claire stood on Fraser's Ridge, listening to Fanny's voice echoing through the forest. The song was familiar, piercing deep into her heart. Claire closed her eyes, whispering Faith's name. A strange wind blew by, as if carrying the breath of the past. And then, the night closed, leaving us with an unanswered question: was it a memory, a dream, or the truth waiting to be revealed? The ending did not close, but opened a door leading to Season 8, where love, faith, and destiny will be tested to the end.